G'day mate, my name's Margie.
Hi, and I'm Kami.
And welcome to our YouTube home Mixed and Nutty.
Yeah, where we make videos about our passions, our projects, and biracial parenting.
And one of those projects would happen to be our book.
Yep, today's video is inspired by our book, My Santa, Your Santa, illustrated by yours truly, and written by the lovely Miss Margie.
Yay. So basically we wanted to make a video about some of the inspirations behind how we even got started on this book, which was the idea of how to promote the idea of diversity and inclusion at Christmas time.
Oh my God!
For myself, I know growing up in Australia, Christmas was very white or tanned at the very best. Like all the Christmas angels were white, all the stories were a white Santa, and whilst Australia had like a more tan Santa, I would say, with like sunglasses and short shorts, it was very white. Like I never thought about it in any other different way. Honestly, until I started teaching, until I had kids, that I realized that, yeah, Santa isn't white all around the world. Christmas isn't a white holiday all around the world. So how can we promote that more?
In my experience, I grew up watching a lot of PBS Christmas specials, so just round robin cartoons. But I don't think I ever really paid attention to the ethnicity of Santa. So I was used to seeing, the Mickey Mouse Christmas special and the Donald Duck Christmas special.
There's a lot of animal specials, when it comes to Christmas.
Disney monopolizes. Yeah, so I never really paid attention, but I can say that I didn't see like a lot of black Santas or angels or anything like that.
So I guess we wanted to have a look at a couple of different ways, aside from just books, that you can promote the idea to your children to show them what Christmas might look around the world and how people who look not the same as them or don't have the same families or abilities and things like that, how they might also be able to include that into Christmas as well, because diversity and inclusion should be a year-long thing.
So we're gonna break this video down into 3 parts. First one's gonna be decorations and decor.
For example, you can see some of our lovely stuff around here. The second one, of course, we're gonna go into children's books. So a variety of different books from obviously our own, but ones as well from independent authors as well as larger authors that celebrate Christmas in different ways.
And lastly, we're gonna go with toys and gifts that promote diversity.
So I'm gonna try and make this as equal as I can between like small businesses on Etsy and places like that, as well as larger ones like Amazon, because obviously everyone has different price points and different availability and access to different things. So I want to try and make it as easy as possible for you at home to help celebrate Christmas in multiple different ways.
All right then, let's get started.
So the 3 main ways of trying to look for these things is basically through Google Shopping, Amazon, and Etsy. So starting off with Google Shopping, if we just type in diverse Santa decoration, we actually get a pretty decent mix as well from stores like Dollar Tree, as well as JCPenney and Etsy and other stores that maybe aren't known quite so much. Again, the main diversity we get here is either a white or black Santa. Then we get a lot of different options as well as Mrs. Santa Claus and baubles and decorations and things like that. Now, Amazon is actually not quite as good in this specific area, especially, for example, in the US. So typing diverse Santa, you get a lot of toys and not so much Santa decorations or anything like that. You get mostly books as well, but that's about it. If you type in diverse Santa decoration, again, you get like 2 or 3 options, but really not much comes up. And so overall, Amazon for this one isn't really a good place to go. Etsy, however, is fantastic. There are loads of different types of options here, from wrapping paper to Santa baubles to pajamas, sweatshirts, little salt and pepper shakers, teapots, mugs, posters, loads of different options. Again, primarily when you just type in, you either get a white or black Santa, but this is still fantastic as it is showing a lot of different varieties of options for decorations that you can get. To get a bit more variety in terms of different ethnicities, countries, or genders, you're better off typing in international Santa, as it comes up with a load of different options for different Santas from different countries, including a female Santa, as well as male Santas of different colors and ethnicities. When it comes to looking for Santas of different ability levels, really, you can't find that much other than maybe a Santa in a wheelchair. And again, the only place you can really find this is through Google Shopping. When looking on Etsy and Amazon, there's almost next to nothing for it. But at least on Google Shopping, there are a few options to show Santas with different levels of abilities. We're moving on to the next section of angels or tree toppers. It's a bit of a mix between Google and Etsy for this one. If you on Google type in diverse Christmas angel decorations, yes, that's a specific phrase because I looked up a bunch of different ones, you will at least get a few different variations of African American based angels or black angels, as well as sort of crystal ones or ones with different skin colors. But realistically, there's not a massive amount on Google Shopping for a diverse angel range. Unfortunately, it's almost kind of the same on Amazon. You need to either type in African American or black angel to see a different angel of color, of course. It does come up with more Halloween stuff, but we do get some gorgeous angels here as well using diverse angels or international angels. On a plus side though to Amazon is that when you do click on one of them, if you scroll down, it tends to give you a couple of other options that might be something that you're also interested in, of course, and it shows more options down below than if you scroll along and start to give you a bit more ideas of the different types of diversity range on Amazon, but really it's not the best. Etsy, however, is unsurprisingly a much better option. It has a larger range going from the standalone angels to decorations with paper ornaments, as well as nativity scenes, and not just showing white or black angels, but also a variety of different skin tones for both the wise men and angels as well. Etsy definitely has a few more creative options, especially when it comes to other races of angels. So when trying to look for other ethnicities, for example, a Chinese or Japanese or Korean angel, you'll tend to sort of have to look up that word for them. But on this one shop here called Divine Angels, it is by far and away the most diverse options I have seen. The seller is from Chicago, Illinois, and all of her stuff is unique. It's one of a kind, and as you can see here, she has African American, Asian, brunette, ethnic, Latina, redhead angels that can't be found at any other store shelf, and it really is true. It's quite difficult to find this kind of variation in regular stores, so I recommend going to check out her store as well. It's absolutely amazing. She also does male angels too. Frustratingly as well, there is not a lot of options when it comes to showing angels of different abilities, even when using more specific terms like wheelchair, for example. Nothing really comes up except for personalized ornaments. So when it comes to Nutcrackers, the word diverse seems to work the best again, and it's a bit of a mixture between Google and Etsy for this one because Google does bring up also female Nutcrackers as well as different looking Nutcrackers in terms of ethnicity and style as well, but it does tend to skew more towards the traditional Russian ballet looking Nutcracker. But you get a few other interesting options as well. Another option, of course, is just typing in female Nutcracker or a specific term, the Nutcracker. For female one, it gives us a bit of a difference with the genders of the Nutcrackers. There's also some males, some pink ones, which I think is really cool. And after a bit of a scroll down, you can start to find a couple of different other ethnicities as well when it comes to Nutcracker girls. Amazon definitely doesn't fall in first place for this one either, but if you do type in diverse Nutcracker, you get a couple of different options, including books and animals, but you also get things like Boba Fett's and other kind of more pop culture type ones like Nightmare Before Christmas. So not a lot on the diversity range, but we do have little hints towards it. Now, Etsy, yet again, definitely wins using the word diverse Nutcracker. Not only do we get some different skin tones, but we also get different types. So we even have female Nutcrackers who are also teachers, nurses, and firemen, which I think is a really cool way of showing a couple of different options as well for reflecting different types of Nutcrackers. Now, unfortunately, yet again, when it comes to different levels of ability, there is pretty much nothing when it comes to Nutcrackers. While there are some posters of plays that have had ballerinas of different levels of ability, there's really not much when it comes to decorations, unfortunately. Now, this does change though when it comes to the other ornament or the Christmas tree decorations. The most diverse option is usually typing ethnic Christmas baubles or ethnic Christmas ornaments, and not only on Google and Etsy do you get a lot of different varieties, but I mean, I do have to point out it's kind of frustrating to have to use the word ethnic in the first place because it's making the assumption that white is the normal and everything else is ethnic. However, this is a keyword and it does work to bring up a variety of different options on Google. Amazon, you definitely have to be much more specific with using words like multicultural, international, global, or ethnic, because really without those it doesn't bring you up with a lot of options. Sort of same again if you want a very specific one using the words like Hispanic, Asian, African American, Australian, Korean, for any specific one that you're really looking for is going to help with Amazon. Definitely a keyword winner for the Christmas-based ornaments is typing in multicultural Christmas ornaments. It gives you an awesome range of different types of bauble tree hangers, personalized options, as well as different options for families as well, which is something that we haven't really seen in all the other decor items. So Etsy definitely hands down wins the #1 option for this. And again, using the keyword ethnic also gives you a little bit more variety than what we'd seen before using words like international or global. Now, in terms of different ability levels or disability-based content for Christmas decorations, again, it's a real struggle to find anything that shows any representation in all of these different areas. But what I could see, though, was using Google to find specific DIY brands that can make you a specific one is the best way to go. Ooh, okay. Future editing Margie here. Turns out the idea of doing all those 3 topics at once is way too long for a video. So we're actually just going to break it down into 3 separate videos. So this video will be all about the decorations portions. Part 2 will be about books, and then part 3 will be about toys and gifts.
Thank you guys so much for watching.
We really hope that you maybe have some ideas now of things that you might want to include around your house or with your children.
And don't forget to check out some of our other videos.
We'll be doing a whole heap about the history of Santa, female Santa, black Santa, the inspiration behind our book, how to make your own children's book as well. So there'll be a bunch of sort of Christmas-based content coming up too.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on that bell for notifications so that you can get all of our new videos as soon as they drop.
Yeah, thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.